Hey guys, it's Carmel Brown, licensed clinical professional counselor, and I wanted to talk to you today about living in your truth and connecting your truth to your purpose. Today I would like for you to make a commitment that starting today, this day, that you are going to live a life that's true to who you authentically are. Too often I'm seeing people who are living a lie, putting on a facade, putting on a mask every day, all to please other people at the expense of their own happiness. That's a huge problem, guys, and it's happening way too often. Now, I'm not saying that everybody needs to know your business. However, don't go overboard trying to prove something that isn't true. For example, if your self-esteem is low, stop trying to prove to other people how confident and how dominant and how successful you are. Truly successful and truly confident people don't have to get up and tell you who they are, what they've accomplished every other day. They get up and give you information to make you better because they already know that they're better. They already know that you know that they're great and that they have accomplished some major stuff. They don't have to keep trying to convince you that they have arrived. When you see people constantly trying to tell you, well, this is what I've done, this is where I've been, this is, what I've accomplished, this is what I've achieved, this is where I'm going, every time you turn around, this is where I've been. That's a huge red flag. For me, it should be for you as well. Stop overcompensating for low self-esteem with trying to seem overly confident. It's not necessary. Look in the mirror and really decide what you need to work on, where you're lacking, what areas you're not confident in, and deal with those instead of trying to put on a facade every day. You shouldn't have to prove and tell us every day who you are, what you've accomplished. Just work. Just work, provide services, provide information, show up, work hard, be effective. We don't need to hear who you are every day. But obviously you do. So that's okay. But I want you to deal with what's causing that need to do that on a regular basis. Now, there are times when we need to tell people who we are. We have to introduce when we're presenting businesses and things like that. There are times when we have to introduce who we are. They want to know what your credentials are, what your experience and background is, because they need to know if you are a reliable source. So under those circumstances, certainly you should be introducing people, telling them where you've been, what you've accomplished, and who you are. But just on a daily basis, is that really necessary? Now, if your marriage is a mess, don't try and prove to everybody how happy you are in your marriage and how great your marriage is. Just deal with your marriage behind the scenes with your spouse. You don't need to come in public. You don't need to be on social media trying to prove something that isn't. Now, if your marriage truly is as perfect as you say it is, yes, by all means, let us know. However, once again, most people that are truly happy don't have to let us know every day. I am so happy. My marriage is so perfect. I am so grateful. Most people that are truly happy in their marriages, they just flow. They just live their life every day. It's not something that needs to be announced every day because happiness and just cohesion, that's what they do every day. So it doesn't need to be announced. It's who they are. So anyway, also, if for some reason you're experiencing financial hardship, we've all been there at some particular point in time. Don't try to overcompensate by talking about your financial possessions or your material possessions, and stop spending your money on meaningless things to prove to other people that you're financially stable. That's not helping your situation at all. So, for example, if you're wearing a $700 pair of shoes, red bottoms, excuse me, or if you're carrying a $1,000 bag, but you got $300 in your bank account, I think you might want to consider that, even if, and this is my opinion, even if you got $1,000 in your bank account and you're carrying $1,000 purse or wearing $1,000 pair of shoes, I still think that's kind of excessive, because what you got on your shoes and what you're carrying on your shoulder shouldn't be just as much as what you got in your bank account. That's just my opinion. I'm just saying. So, be careful about where you spend your money. If you know myself and Rodney, we are so not material people. We spend our money on, first of all, we're not wealthy, so we're not going to pretend to be. We spend our money on our businesses, on our kids, on our home. We have the raggediest clothes, shoes. We don't have new cars. And not that there's something wrong with those things. We don't have $2,000 shoes and bags and stuff like that. Not that there's something wrong with that. But what are you truly trying to prove? Does it make you feel like you are of value by having that? I like to place my value on things like the health of my family, my emotional well-being, my physical health, my faith in God, just whether or not I'm a good person, how I treat people, how effective I am in the lives of others. Am I helping people? Am I living in my purpose? So try and focus your attention and your resources on being the best you versus buying the best stuff. All right. So the next thing I want you to know is being honest with yourself is necessary, but also being honest with other people. Now, like I said, other people don't necessarily need to know your business, but you don't need to lie and make up some story for other people. Just don't say anything if you can't tell the truth. Okay, just keep it to yourself. So why should we be honest with ourselves, and why should we be honest with others? Well, that's simple. Because it frees you from people pleasing, and it also frees you from fear of rejection. Simple as that. Now, something else I want you to consider is that once you live in your truth, you can connect your truth to your purpose. And guess what? Once you connect your truth to your purpose, I said perfect, that was a Freudian slip. That, I think, means that if you are living in your truth and you're walking in your purpose, that's as perfect as your life can get, if there's a such thing as perfection. So, back to the regular scheduled programming. Once you are able to connect your truth to your purpose, and you're living and walking in your purpose and who you truly are and who you truly are meant to be, you are going to help a lot of people. You're going to be so effective. So why are you keeping yourself from that by living a lie? Live in your truth. Tell your truth. Connect it to your purpose and help other people. Change lives. That's what you're going to do. You're going to change lives. So what do you want to change? That's something you need to ask yourself. What do you want to change about your life? So here's the thing. If you are accepting your truth, and there's some things about your life that you don't necessarily like, maybe that's why you've been lying or putting on a facade or wearing a mask, identify those things that you don't like about your life and ask yourself, what can I do to change this if you don't like it? Okay, come up with a plan on how you're going to turn that thing around. Sometimes it's what you can change, and then sometimes it's how can I change. Okay, so you have to identify that. Now, the other thing that I must tell you is, in some cases, you have to ask yourself, what do I need to accept? Because honestly, there's going to be some things that you simply can't change, and you have to accept it. Sorry, there's no getting around that. So I encourage you to accept those things. Find a way to do that. If you need some help with that, there's people like myself, counselors, therapists, that are around that can help you to learn how to change your mindset so you can accept things for what they are. All right. It's time to walk in your purpose. It's time to live your truth. It's time to engage in some radical acceptance. Hey guys, my name is Carmel Brown, and I will see you next time. I hope you're having a great day, and I hope you are living your best life, your exhilarating life. You know why? Because you deserve it.